Cheryl, you're obviously a law enforcement veteran. I want to get your perspective on this. The Kentucky Attorney General, Daniel Cameron, said, as Ari pointed out, that the officers, both Cosgrove and Mattingly, they were justified in their use of force that ultimately led to the killing of Breonna Taylor. I'm curious to get your thoughts based on the facts that he presented. What do you think?
Well, listen, I can't just relegate my thoughts to the facts that he presented, because we know for a fact that department is not opposed to lying. We know that they said there was no cameras present, and we've seen an officer wearing a body camera. We know that they said that Breonna Taylor wasn't injured, that they actually knocked and announced themselves coming in when they had a no-knock warrant. So why would you announce to begin with? And let's not even get into the fact that you had 16 shots fired by one of their officers there, and the AG wants us to think that's justified. Officers are trained and taught to use only that force, deadly force, necessary to overcome resistance. So what was justified in 16 shots by one of those officers? And so I'm outraged, and this will do nothing to deter the bad behavior that we see happen again and again across this nation.
I know this is going to be a hard question to ask, Cheryl, but what do you anticipate the reaction to be on the streets of Louisville?
I hope that there's not rioting and destruction, because that will only play into the hands of this person in the White House who wants to bring more aggression to our communities. I hope that we are just days out from election. People will understand that AGs who are complicit and have a symbiotic relationship are elected officials, and they will go and voice their discontent at the ballot box.
Cal, let me go back to you for a quick. Cheryl, one of the comments that stuck out to me from the Attorney General, he said, sometimes the criminal law is not adequate to respond to a tragedy. That is quite a remarkable statement, a striking statement.
Well, listen, not only is he being intellectually dishonest about that, I find all of his remarks with regards to this whole entire press conference offensive. And let me just speak to this whole celebrity influencer thing. While they can't speak for Kentuckians, let me say this as a black woman. He does not speak for black folks. He's skin folk, but he is not kinfolk. And so just like he thinks they can't speak for Kentucky because he's up there with a black face, he does not speak for all of us. This was not a tragedy. This was a murder. He should be ashamed of himself.